The Naturalist mod adds new species and interactions to Minecraft, changing the world's landscape. It provides creatures with unique behaviors, a functional food chain, a sleep cycle, increases the number of animals in the game, bringing you a more colorful and vibrant world. Tortoises appear in small groups of 1 to 3 on grass blocks with light levels of 9 or higher. They inhabit various biomes including swamps, jungles, and deserts, with their appearance varying based on their environment. These creatures are shy. They'll retreat into their shells if a player approaches without sneaking or holding their favorite foods. However, tortoises can be tamed and bred using dandelions, brown mushrooms, cacti, or bamboo. After mating, one tortoise searches for a suitable spot to lay eggs. It then performs a digging animation, complete with particles. Shortly after, it lays a random number of eggs. These eggs hatch progressively over time, adding baby tortoises to your world. Vultures spawn in groups of 2 out of 4 on grass in savanna, badlands, and desert biomes. They require light levels of 9 or higher and can drop feathers when defeated. Bears are neutral mobs inhabiting forest and taiga biomes, often appearing in pairs, an adult and its cub. These creatures actively interact with their environment, hunting various fish and even deer. A unique feature is their sheer ability. Players can obtain bear fur, but be cautious. This action provokes the bear. The fur serves as a crafting material for decorative teddy bears. Bears exhibit advanced AI behaviors. They search for and interact with sweet berry bushes, beehives, and campfires, sniffing the air to locate these resources. When feeding, bears sit and visibly consume items, sometimes gaining special textures like jelly-stained paws or honey-covered snouts. Like foxes, bears sleep and snore. Disturbing a sleeping bear results in aggressive behavior until the threat is eliminated or escapes. Deer are passive mobs that inhabit forest biomes and cherry groves. They serve as a new source of food, dropping 1-2 venison when killed. Deer also drop antlers, though these currently lack in-game utility. These creatures exhibit realistic behavior patterns. Deer are naturally skittish, fleeing from approaching players. This flight response triggers a chain reaction, causing nearby deer to flee as well, mimicking herd behavior. Players can interact with deer using apples, which allows breeding. However, this interaction requires careful movement. Any non-sneaking motion will startle the deer, causing it to flee. Butterflies are flying passive mobs that can be found flying around in forest, plain, and swamp biomes. Similar to bees, they also pollinate flowers and crops. Butterflies spawn in a total of 5 random variants. Butterflies follow players holding flowers, flowering azalea leaves, and mangrove propagule. If butterflies are given a flower, they breed and produce a caterpillar. After being born, caterpillars will look for a nearby log at least 1 block above ground and climb to it before forming a chrysalis. They will hatch into a random butterfly variant. Chrysalises can be picked up with shears. If shears are not used, they will be destroyed. Butterflies can be caught with a bug net. Lizards spawn in groups of 1-2 at swamps, forests, and jungle biomes. Depending on the biome they spawn in, lizards may have different appearances. Lizards drop their tails upon reaching half health. Their tail will flop around, and mobs will sometimes prioritize it as their new target, but not always. Lizards can be tamed using spider eyes, in which they will follow their new owner and can be commanded to sit. Rhinos are new mobs in savanna biomes, spawning in groups of 3-4. They're usually peaceful but defend their calves aggressively. When attacked, rhinos charge in a straight line after scraping the ground. Their impact launches players into the air, similar to iron golems. However, players can stun rhinos by blocking with a shield. Elephants spawn in groups of 2-3 or more in savanna biomes. Elephants roam the savannas aimlessly, similar to other mobs, but when they come into the vicinity of a bee, they will run away quickly. Giraffes also spawn in savanna biomes, appearing in small groups of 2-8-4. These tall creatures wander peacefully, adding to the landscape's ambiance. Players can feed them apples or golden apples to unlock a unique 30-second riding experience. While mounted, players enjoy a 1.5x increase in map view distance, making giraffes invaluable for exploration and map filling. Breeding is possible using hay bales. Lions are a new predator in Minecraft's savanna biomes, spawning in prides of 3 to 5. They appear on grass blocks with light levels of 9 or higher. Each pride has a leader, always a female without a mane. If the leader falls, another takes her place. These apex predators follow their leader and hunt in groups at night. Their hunting strategy involves stealthy stalking, followed by a swift sprint attack. Hippos are found near water sources in savanna biomes. They wander on land and swim in water. Hippos tend to attack boats and players in water, but they're less aggressive on land unless provoked or protecting their young. Players can tempt hippos with melon blocks, triggering them to breed and earning the Hungry Hippos advancement. Actual breeding only occurs in water. Zebras spawn in groups of 2 or 3. For the most part, zebras act like horses. The differences are that zebras actively run from players when approached and move slightly faster. It can also be tamed and bred. Boars are passive mobs inhabiting savanna and forest biomes. They're a source of both pork chops and leather, distinguishing them from regular pigs. Unlike pigs, boars can't be saddled. These creatures have a unique feature. When struck by lightning, they transform into zoglins. Boars exhibit situational behavior, turning hostile when attacked. Players can attract boars within a 6-block radius using carrots, potatoes, or beetroots. These same items also serve as breeding food. Fireflies appear at night in plains and forests, typically in small groups. They fly randomly, their rear ends blinking on and off irregularly. When killed, they drop glow goop. During the day, fireflies hide in grass, making soft rustling sounds before disappearing. Dragonflies are harmless flying creatures found in swamps. They buzz as they dart quickly through the air in unpredictable patterns. If you feed a dragonfly a chorus fruit, it will burp and release a cloud of dragon's breath, which can be bottled. An alligator is a neutral mob found in swamps and other swamp-like biomes. They are predators to other swamp animals. Alligators can exist in a passive or hostile state. Alligators also occasionally attack animals like pigs, cows, sheep, deer, and catfish. Ducks are peaceful creatures living in swamps. They roam freely but are attracted to players carrying seeds. When killed, ducks provide feathers or raw duck meat. Bass are common fish found in swamps and similar wet areas. They swim in groups of up to 5 and can be caught with buckets. When killed, bass provide raw fish meat. Catfish are common fish in swamps and similar wet areas. They swim alone and drop raw fish meat when killed. Unlike other fish, they sometimes hunt smaller water creatures like cod, tadpoles, and bass. Snakes are a new solitary mob in Minecraft, found in various biomes like forests, plains, and swamps. Their appearance changes based on their habitat. These reptiles have a unique digestive system. Empty-stomached snakes actively seek and consume dropped items. Birds are friendly creatures with multiple different variants found across the world. They fly around in groups and drop feathers when killed. Players can tame birds using any kind of seed from the game. Snails are passive mobs that inhabit various biomes including forests, savannas, plains, swamps, and mushroom fields. These creatures move slowly, emitting squishy sounds as they crawl. When a player approaches, they retreat into their shells for protection. They drop snail shells, which can be crafted into shellstone blocks. Players have the ability to catch snails by using buckets. Similar to axolotls, snails can be given new names by using an anvil, without the need for name tags. Renaming a snail to Gary will earn you a special Easter egg. Snails can also be dyed to change their appearance for a more playful look. They can be bred using beetroot, resulting in the production of egg blocks. These egg blocks behave similarly to frog spawn, but are placed on solid surfaces instead of water.